Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing and first impressions of some posters from Displate. I don't know how, but I never knew about them. I was actually looking for a Mass Effect poster on eBay, and kind of like most games, like they're actually kind of hard to find posters for online. And someone was selling one, and I didn't know anything about it, so I went to their website, and then I kind of found some other ones, and they are kind of pricey. When I bought it, there was a 40% off deal, and so that tells you how much markup there must be if they can afford to give you 40% off and still make a profit. But these come from Poland. I think all of them do. It's the first thing I want to talk about is the shipping. So this was a weekend, and then Monday was a holiday. Otherwise, this would have came 3 days sooner. So the fact that it came from Poland to Pennsylvania in like maybe 3 days, minus the weekend or holiday, was really impressive. Now you can see here, I mean, this honestly isn't that beat up for coming across the world, but I definitely thought it would be packaged a little bit better than this. Now it is in cardboard inside of it. I expected the cardboard to be on the outside, but it may not matter as long as this inner piece is. Now I got 5 of these. They are expensive. The reason why I did it was it's probably like a buy once thing. I'll probably never get any more, so I picked out all the ones I liked and like the packaging. And the Mass Effect one's the first one in here. So then they're individually wrapped. So these are going to use magnets, and I might talk about that, but I imagine other people have covered these. I just wanted to basically show I think this one's pretty cool. So it does look like then they put that in between. I used to have Dodge Stealth, so I looked at it out of curiosity. I was looking up video games. I was like, well, I wonder if they have cars too. Now, unfortunately, they didn't have any like actual vehicles. They're like these kind of anime looking drawings, which, I mean, this one looks fine, so it's kind of in a way better. This is probably my favorite one I got of Ezio for Assassin's Creed 2. I believe this was also a special edition at some point that had the texture to it. These are all matte, by the way, but this is just a standard one, but I think it looks really cool. And then the other two are Textra. So this is an Assassin's Creed 4. I will say it looks way better on camera than it does. It's probably because I still have this plastic covering. It's kind of making all the shiny bits glare. But I think once I take it out of that, like off angle on camera right now, it looks really good. And the last one I got is Halo 3. So I do actually have a Halo poster on my wall. And I think all my life, even when I was like, I don't know, play 10, 15, I always had a Halo poster. So I got this one. Now, some of them I think are officially licensed. Like they had all the Halos, Combat Evolved 2, 3, 4, I guess 5. I didn't really care for any of the newer ones. But this is an iconic one that's also in the Textra. I think is what they call it. All of these come with the magnet that'll go onto the metal poster, and then the protector, what they call it, a leaf. So that's going to go on the wall. If it would peel back off the wall, I guess you could just 3M tape the magnet directly on your wall. That's up to you. But I'm going to try and do it the way they designed it and just make sure my wall is clean enough that these are, I mean, they got a little bit of weight to them, but I don't think they'll fall back off. I know the magnet would hold, as long as the adhesive leaf works. I think I'll be just fine. And this came with it, so like I said, I will probably never buy anything from them again. It's not a knock. It's just, I'm not going to be covering my walls. That's kind of why I got these now. Getting rid of my old wrinkled paper posters, putting these up, and that'll probably be it. So if anyone wants that coupon, if you can use that code, I don't know how that works, go ahead and try it. I actually got 40% off on their website for their birthday. I think there's always a 30% off, at least it seemed to me. So when the week I was looking at it, they went up to 40. So I don't know if for Black Friday or other things, maybe you can get that or better. But I figured, well, I was looking at them and it's almost half off, so I'll do it, and I can't complain too much. Okay, so here's all of them unpackaged. I really think they look good. It'll depend, once they're on the wall and the lights hit them. I really hope those Textra ones don't look weird. Like you can kind of see how one of the lights now kind of just makes it look weird. Hopefully that won't be the case, and they are way more expensive. But that's why I got only 2 of those, and the matte ones are the cheapest. The gloss are the next most expensive, and the Textras are the most expensive. But again, they were on sale, so I probably would never get those. And it seems like the special editions, I think this one at one time was, because I looked this one up on eBay, and the ones that are this texture on eBay are like $500. So those are the limited edition ones, but that's crazy. I will say that the matte black actually looks really good. So if you wanted to get like a logo or something on, I think it would really pop. Like this really pops. This is not the textured kind, but you can feel like a lot of this text. You can kind of feel that you can feel the white. It's a little bit raised, even though it's not the Textra. So there were a few others like logos, and I think there was like an Assassin's Creed Origin or something that was like this matte black with just some, and it looked really good. But I didn't know if I would like, because you're just basically paying for a big black panel with a logo on it. But after looking at this one, I kind of would think that would look pretty good on the wall, even though you're paying for mostly just a black plate compared to these other ones that are full color. So this one looks really nice. Probably the best one out of all of them. And then you have some stuff here, QR code. I guess someone signed it. I don't know what master, if that means the overseer, the supervisor, the person that made it. I don't know, because it looks like here's, I don't know. Then we'll grab these textured ones. Don't want to scratch anything. Not sure if that makes it cooler or not, because I think you lose some of the detail when it shines, but at the same time, probably depends on the design. Some probably pop better than others. Let's go ahead and look at this halo. This one has a whole lot of stuff going off, the waves, and then all the different accents on the outfit. To where this one, I think pretty much just the background's flat and the foreground is raised, and then the halo logo itself is raised, which that makes that look nice because it really pops it off the background. And then you can see here, I guess these are more like licensed ones. Seems like these are the more common ones to find in this Textra. And probably more money, they know they can make more because it's a popular brand compared to like the 3000 GT one, which someone probably just made that and drew it themselves, and there's evidently not a copyright on it beyond just the person that created it. So I don't think there's too much else to show. I might show them on the wall. I don't know how much, again, I never heard of the company, so I don't know if that's just me or if they're not that popular. But when I looked them up, they do have a lot of like shorts and stuff on how to apply this. So I'm not going to go ahead and show this. You're just going to clean the wall, put this adhesive patch on, then put this onto that, and then you're magnetically going to connect whatever poster you want. So that should be simple enough. And the shipping was $28, which for UPS, as quick as it was like I said, probably 3-day if it wasn't for the weekend from Poland. I can't believe that was that cheap. You do pay a premium for the posters themselves, especially if you're not getting them at a discounted rate. But I think the shipping's actually pretty fair. And like I said, UPS is usually the slowest for me, so the fact that this was an upgraded shipping that got to me quick for $28 for 5 metal posters. And the last thing I'll say, price. They are overpriced, but when you consider what you get, 20 years ago at Walmart, I think most posters were like, at least $10, if not $15 for some more popular ones. And now I go on Amazon or eBay. A lot of the posters, if they're not that popular, if it's like of an older game or something, you have to get them from a different country. They're usually $15, $20. So these, with the coupons, maybe 30 to 40. So you're paying more, but they're metal. They're good printing. I don't know if I would be spending this much all the time, but this collection here I'm pretty happy with. And I'll be trying to fit as many as I can right here. You can see I have that other old metal poster. That one just has little holes to put nails through it. I actually should have bought some extra, because you can buy extra magnets. Because if that is actually metal, I should be able to use that same method if I even keep that one. The Halo poster was, I think, a free GameStop poster. I never really liked it that much, but just it was free, and it's a fairly thick stock-like paper, so it held up pretty well. But I will be taking that down. Might get rid of that old WrestleMania one too. I'm not sure. And then I use an antenna for a TV, so that's kind of has to be there. It's the only spot it works really well. So I will have to work around that. Maybe get 2 here, 1 here, or something. But I do think I can make this space look a little bit better. For the time being, this is how I've settled on it. Not exactly, mostly just because of the antenna being there. It would have been nice if I could have just did 4 like that right there. But that's kind of something that's, I mean, I probably could remove it from the wall, but that's kind of the spot that I need it to be to get the best reception. But beyond that, I really just wanted the 2 in the corner here, which I do think look really nice. The Halo 3 one is the Textra, so you can kind of see just some of the effect there. I could definitely live without it. It's not bad, but I know for a fact the glossy one would look really bad with the reflection and a light aiming on it like that, to where you can see the matte one's perfect. It doesn't really reflect light at all. It looks really nice, so I always say just don't even waste the money on the gloss unless you specifically want the gloss, since you're going to pay more for it anyway. The Textra, again, maybe you would get one to try it, but I think just matte's the way to go, to be honest. And I really like the Assassin's Creed 2 one as well. Now this one is a little bit smaller, and I don't think the next size up, which is double the price, I think that would actually be way too big for that spot. And if I would want to return, I mean, there are returns on everything. I think it's at 100-day returns, but I looked it up, and you have to send it back to Poland at your own cost. So right there, that's probably going to make it not worth it. Though you do have the option to return, there usually is a loophole. So, and you have to return the magnet and the leaf. Otherwise, I think they don't refund you the shipping price you originally paid. So, and since I got it discounted, I'm just going to stick with that. Oftentimes, less is more anyway. I'm sure I'll get used to having a little just more open space right there. And I can maybe find some other things to put around it anyway. And this is where I'm putting the Black Flag poster for now. This is also a Textra one, which, again, probably not worth it. It looks nice, but I think if you got the matte version, you would have no complaints. And the only issue with the Textra, some of those more glossy raised parts, they'll just reflect light. So instead of kind of giving it the 3D look, it kind of just almost looks like a photo negative. It's too much of a shiny contrast at times. But I don't know. I really didn't even need to put anything there, but I kind of just figured there's no really good spot for it anywhere else, so it kind of looks neat with my controllers right there anyway. But I like to have that one light bouncing off the ceiling just for like a night light or a bit of an accent light if I don't want an overhead light. And that right there was really worth it to me. It just kind of bounces right off that as I want it and lights them up. It doesn't go too glaringly bright with it. So I'm happy with it. Now, again, this was just some random metal poster I got. It's probably less than $15. I did try one of the magnets. It would work, but I didn't have any extra ones. You can buy them. But actually, you can just get a roll of like Dollar Tree, $1.50, double-sided clear tape. This stuff's really good. That's what's holding this one up. I pulled the nails out. You can actually see it. Instead of damaging the wall anymore, I'm just going to use stuff like this. So if the Displates, I'm using the magnet. And with this, So you could even probably use it on that. It's not as convenient. You can pop those on and off because of the magnet. You can slightly reposition it to where this, you got to peel it back off and then cut new pieces. But this is a cheap way. You could do it like this if you wanted. So there are some other options for mounting as well. But I mean, I'm happy with the product. That you do pay a little bit more, but the print quality is just absolutely excellent. I love that you get different size options. You have the Textra option for some of them. There's a decent selection of posters, especially like video game ones and some like musicians and stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of just like abstract more, which is fine too if you're into that. But I really think it's probably more so targeted to gamers. So I think I'll leave it there. I mean, they are a little bit pricey, but it's kind of a buy once, cry once thing. That I have limited space here that I'm even going to be able to put them. So it was worth the investment to me. So if you have any question or anything, I could answer, but I really don't think there's going to be much to it. I don't see any issues, and I don't think these are going to fall off the wall spontaneously or anything. So they're the perfect collection for me. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.